Hello and welcome to the Asian Women's Poetry Reading at Singapore Poetry Festival. My name is Vani Khare and I'm honored to host this beautiful afternoon. It's my pleasure to introduce some incredible women poets from Indian Women Association and Sanrakshan Private Limited, who will walk you through the communal oppression and resilience. I welcome you to be the part of their joy and travails in verses. The poets from Indian Women Association are going to speak about their poem around the theme community. And I'm thrilled to invite my first poet, Tara Dhar Hasnain. Tara has been a university teacher for many years and currently she works freelance as a freelance editor. She has published articles about heritage, history, Kashmir, and Buddhism. She also has written numerous poems, of which some are included in soon to be anthology about life during COVID. She also gives talk at Singapore Museum. She founded the Writing Enthusiast Club of Indian Women Association 8 years ago. And her poem is titled A Newly Minted Grandma in Singapore. Welcome, Tara.
Thank you, Vani, for your very kind introduction. Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to share my poem with you today. But first, to start with, I would like to thank the Poetry Festival Singapore and the Indian Women's Association for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Let me tell you a bit about the Indian Women's Association of Singapore, which is a non-profit organization. Founded in 1998, it comprises a membership which is representative of both expatriate as well as the local Indian communities. IWA endeavors to bring the Indian community together by providing a platform where members connect, support, and network with each other whilst living in Singapore. Our members participate in social, cultural, educational, and philanthropic activities through this organization. We also support young scholars at SMU and SUTD, and we work closely with HOME, which is the Humanitarian Organization for Migration Economics, with TWC2, Transient Workers Count 2, with BSS, Beyond Social Service, and Swami Home, which is an old people's home. We work closely with the Indian High Commission, the MCCY, and the PA, and we always look forward to meaningful collaborations to integrate and promote harmony. Now to my poem, which is entitled A Newly Minted Grandma in Singapore. This poem was triggered when I kept reading Facebook posts by a lot of grandmas feeling very emotional and very sad at the enforced long separation from their young grandkids because of the restrictions imposed by COVID-19. My poem is about two small kids forging a new relationship of nearness with a lonely senior who lives in their block. A few lines of my poem are in Kashmiri, which is my mother tongue, but I have immediately translated those into English to facilitate your understanding. So now to the poem, A Newly Minted Grandma in Singapore. Did I hear a hesitant knock-knock? Just ignore it. Surely I must have imagined it. Who could come visiting a senior during circuit breaker days? But there it goes again, louder now. Standing at the entrance grill, I see two little ones from next door, peering up shyly, quite unsure. Hello, Auntie, or are you Nai Nai? Can we say hello and call you Nai Nai? Yes, of course, I say. The next day arrives, and as I sit alone, that knock again. Today we made you a picture, Nai Nai, my darling, my grandma. And so it goes now. One day, a piece of artwork. Next, a song sung by lisping sisters, all to cheer up a lonely woman. They have found a new grandma, and I, two loving grandkids. Mian jigger, tsikakapet ayak. My darlings, where have you come from? I promise to read to them once we can sit together And I thank their kind, caring mum, as well as COVID, for such moments. A new neighborliness, a felt sense of community, novel, budding relationships, and old ones redefined. Mien jigar, tachak satha dur, magar yim hamsai shurchi ananchon lol menishe. My darling child, you are far away, but these neighbor kids are bringing your love to me. Nai Nai, by the way, is a word for grandma in some Chinese dialects. I hope you enjoyed the poem. Thank you very much.
So, Tara, I loved your poem and the title of it. Would you quickly share with us how does it feels to get the love from an unexpected space, neighboring children, especially at these lonely times?
It's a wonderful feeling. I mean, it doesn't really apply exactly to myself, but I have friends who have been placed in that situation, and it has actually helped them come out of their feeling of loneliness and also to be able to show love for little kids and to be shown love by them. So it's a very nice feeling, they said to me.
Thank you very much, Tara. So let me introduce you to our next poet today, Alka Balain. Alka is an artist and a poet in love with words and colors. A mother of two grown up children, she joined IWA in 2021. Writing Enthusiast Club has enabled her to explore the poetic world further. She has a short stint in the corporate world. She is an entrepreneur and educator. She's looking forward to being the part of an anthology by the Asian Literary Society and is working on her first book as well. Alka is reading two poems today, A Reminiscence Across Border and Ek Bagya. Welcome, Alka. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Vani, for the beautiful introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. I am grateful for the opportunity given by the Poetry Festival of Singapore and the Indian Women's Association. I am going to share a poem in English, followed by another one in my mother tongue, Hindi. The poem titled A Reminiscence Across Borders is dedicated to the migrant workers contributing to building the Singapore nation. The poem juxtaposes their lives in the motherland and immigrant land. The commitment and passion of the migrant workers to their work and family is unparalleled. A reminiscence across borders. Bonded in the oneness of indomitable spirit, those nostalgic yearnings silently speak of a kindred land left behind in the hope of a better life for the ones we love. Sipping day Tariq, enclosed in cubicles, scripting their native stories in iridescent colors, digging in the inner, not the earth and construction work, an invisible bridge connects distances and time. I close my eyes and a distant boat sets sail in the fishing village. The notes of fishermen replace the hum of machine. I taste the curry prepared lovingly in spices of motherly love. The sensuous sari of my beloved ignites my heart in an ecstasy of love. I long to hug my daughter, sleeping safely in her motherland. My childhood friends await my return while I socialize with the ones here. A tree remembered and climbed, the husky feel of palm trees in my calloused, sinewy hands. The effervescent barefoot joyful, running to nowhere. Those happy, happy days whose memories can never fade. Reminiscing the unsophisticated beauties, carrying earthen pitchers of water. The quiescent, simple, rustic life in antithesis to the bustling, rushed one. The reigning splendor of cohesiveness entwines the borders and elevates the spirit. Lending hands, fostering ties, celebrating the uniqueness of it all. One family, one nation, one beating heartbeat unites the community here. Thank you. अब मैं आपके सामने एक हिंदी की कविता प्रस्तुत करूंगी। एक बगिया जो बनी सतरंगों से, नीले, पीले, लाल, नारंगी, अलग अलग रंग बिखेरती इंद्रधनुषी से, लेकिन सारे रंग जुड़े, प्रेम, करुणा, मेल भाव, एकजुटता से, हर एक रंग में धड़कें सुहाने सपने, मेरे सपने, तेरे सपने, इन सपनों की खूबसूरत उड़ानों से समुदाय बने। धन्यवाद। Here is the English translation of the poem. A garden of 7 colors, blue, yellow, red, orange, with rainbows scattering different colors, but all the colors connected in love, compassion, harmony, solidarity. Beautiful dreams reverberate in every color. My dreams, your dreams, all create a community from the flight of these dreams. Hope you felt the depth of expressions as I felt while writing them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alka. Your poems were so heart-touching.
You're welcome, Vani.
Thank you. And would you like to tell us how were you able to bring in the feelings of migrant workers so authentically through your poem?
You know, when I was writing the poem, I tried to look at the world through their eyes. I tried to visualize what they might be experiencing or going through away from their motherland. They are happy, joyous in their new country, and they also miss their family and loved ones back home. So I try to visualize, like most of the migrant workers are from Asia, and I try to visualize their lives in villages and their country, but all is not there in Singapore, and try to bring two together.
Thank you
Hope I
very
did
much.
justice to that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to introduce yet another amazing poet from IWA, and her name is Jyoti Verma. Jyoti is an IT professional with several years of experience in corporate and education sector. She has joined Indian Women Association in 2016 and managed Indian Women Association's website since then. She has also been involved in local theatre and performed in various stage plays. Her short story was awarded second prize during Asian Women Writers Festival organized by a Singapore based local magazine. And today she's going to read the poem titled Community. Welcome, Jyoti.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Vani, for introducing me. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Indian Women Association and Poetry Festival Singapore for giving me this opportunity to share my feelings. So, what's a community? I feel a community comprises of people who are similar in some aspects and different in many others. We all belong to more than one community. It could be our neighborhood community, our religious faith, country of origin, and many more. A unique thread of love, trust, and respect runs through every community. My poem is about our place in community, where we look out for one another and ensure that no one is left behind. It is titled You, Me, and We. I have penned some of the poems, some of the lines in my mother tongue, Punjabi, so it is a bilingual poem. Okay. So you, me, and we. तू मेरा लगदा की है? तू मेरा लगदा की है? कोई यार या फिर रिश्तेदार? ना असी एक माँ दे जाए, ना किसे धर्म दे हमसाए, फिर भी कुछ ਤਾਂ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜੋੜਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸਾਡੀ ਸੋਚ ਵੀ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਖੁਆਇਸ਼ਾਂ ਵੀ, ਰਾਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਕੋ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਮੰਜ਼ਿਲ ਵੀ। Brown, yellow, black, white, woven together in a string so exquisite. Beads are numerous, but necklace is one. Cleaner or engineer, doctor or security guard, nurse or teacher, lawyer or hawker. Our jobs are different, so is our race. Our religion is different, and so is our language. But our aspirations match perfectly to live in peace and harmony. What if some of us want to race ahead? Capable and competent we are, they said. But others can't keep pace. Tired and worn out, adversities they have faced. जे हाथ फड़ के चलिए ते दूर तक जावांगे, हाथ ना छड्डी मेरा, नहीं हो गवाचे जावांगे. Let us walk together. Let us work together. चल कट्ठे खुशियां मनाइए. Let us become strong together. If I fall, you give me your hand. If you cry, I'll give you my shoulder. Let us be one in mind and spirit. Together, let us make a strong community. I would like to read the English translation of my poem so that everyone can understand better. So, you, me, and we. Who are you to me? Who are you to me? A friend or a relative? We are not born from same mother, nor is our religion same. Still there is something which binds us together. Our ideology is same, and desires too. Our journey is same, and destination too. Brown, yellow, black, white, woven together in a string so exquisite. Beads are numerous, but necklace is one. Cleaner or engineer, doctor or security guard, nurse or teacher, lawyer or hawker. Our jobs are different, so is our race. Our religion is different, and so is our language. But our aspirations match perfectly to live in peace and harmony. What if some want to race ahead? Capable and competent we are, they said. Others cannot keep pace, tired and worn out, adversities they have faced. If we will walk together, we can go far. Don't leave my hand, or else all of us will be lost. Let us walk together. Let us work together. Let us celebrate together. Let us become strong together. If I fall, you give me your hand. If you cry, I will give you my shoulder. Let us be one in mind and spirit. Together, let us make a strong community. Thank you.
That was a beautiful poem, Jyoti. Listening to your poem, I felt that this is how community should be, exactly like your writing style. What made you mix two beautiful languages together in your poem?
So, I think mother tongue is a language which kind of comes from heart. So, and Punjabi is my mother tongue, although I studied and, kind of speak Hindi most of the time. But still, that's the language I spoke as a child. So, yeah, so I kind of tried to do both together.
Thank you so much. It was really beautiful.
You're welcome.
All right. So now it's time to introduce the poets from Sanrakshan. Sanrakshan is involved in working with women and children across Southeast Asia, creating safer spaces for them physically, mentally, and sexually. I am thrilled to welcome the tribe of poet sisters from Sanrakshan, and I'm very excited to introduce my first poet, Zi Hua. Born and raised in Singapore, Zi anchors herself in designing spatial experiences for others. She appreciates the fragility and strength of human nature and wishes to empower the collective soul. Her poetries have been written sporadically and secretly. And with the strength of her sisters, she has found a way for her poetries to come out. She's going to read her two poems today, Lives Unchained and Caged with Pleasure. Welcome, Zi.
Thank you, Vani, for the wonderful introduction. This poetry I'm reading is titled Co-Related Cages. It's about a human owner musing at her pet birds, realizing that both of them share the same spirit of ignorant bliss within their enclosures. The birds are caged, but she is also caged. Perhaps it's their only way to adapt to the limited choices that life presents. Morning dawns as my birds awaken. One leg out while each wing stretches. Sleepy eyes regard their universe, perched gently like two lovers, peering out between blue steel grills to check out this land they are placed to play. They see no change, sun rises this day, safe and sane in this cuboid bay. Gorged with pellets from an acrylic tray, one quenches thirst, dreaming lay parade. They poke around plastic toys that can be loud. The man-made swings best, without a doubt. What can they do to pass this day? Anticipating their human to bring them grains. Focused pacing on a horizontal plane, climbing all sides to achieve gains. They would eye the vast skies and roads below or the stagnant space of their human home. That's the furthest their vision could take them, unless they could make an escape plan. I watch and wonder for my human perch, almost godly, deciding what to change. Do they need fun so they don't dismay? Perhaps someday, tomorrow, or rest of the days. Would they know that their paths are laid, being adored, being cared, being made to be great? Would the best food mean much if it's a perennial staple? Can they differentiate a farm from a table? If freedom's not known, lives cannot be grown. Loving them must have disabled them. Just like us, their intuition's lost, disremembering the wind when once aloft. Wings unclipped, but far from used. They know not flying to thrive or survive. Arranged to accept their lifelong partner, they cuddle, hop, brightly sing in a carefree manner. The second poem that I would like to speak about, it's titled Lives Unchained. It's inspired by a personal experience of feeling stuck in life, yet little gestures or words from strangers can free her from the sense of being caged. Lives unchanged. Status quo. Would we release ourselves from harm, wretched worries, and toxic commitments, or hang senseless from them? These are the invisible string binding us, a woven heap of lives and junk. We balance souls on a sharp-pinned edge, washing minds on a meandering mess. For we have become merely mummies, every bad decision an added wrap. From compressed flesh to dried up hearts, desiccated in duress. The choice. Would we let ourselves ride away on winds of fantasies or wild reckoning, making mounds of magnificence? Ride out into the magical heartlands, meeting, greeting, bumping, granting, people feasting on abundant spirit of rawest strength and warmest blood. These are the lifting words and actions, curving spaces between men. If endured, the ends shall touch, and the crevices of lives will mend. Try a hearty laugh to crush a load, smile to bend steel bars. An act of kindness sparks creation, granting lightness, jubilation. It's okay, leaves a heavy weight. You're amazing, breaks tough chain. I appreciate you, energizes purpose, and a being brightens in her place. Break this chain. Would you trap yourself into a mighty tangle, breathing hard in vain, and shout lone hearts remain when the spirit has naught to gain? Step into your neighborhood, change will come what may. In kindness and delight, the chains are broken, you'll no longer be menagerie. Thank you.
That was such an artistic piece, Z. I am blown away by your title, Caged with Pleasure. Would you like to tell our viewers why did you choose it?
Well, I believe that, like when I have pet birds that are caged and I look at them, I thought of myself being caged, but we are not quite aware of them as well. And that feeling, I just wanted to translate it over. Is a kind of amusing to many people when they talk about it. They realize that perhaps life is a lot more than what it seems.
Thank you. That's very deep. Thank you, Z. So next we have from Sanrakshan, Tapasya Sureka. A believer in karma, Tapasya loves to devote her time and energy in her relations, experiences, gaining knowledge, and new learnings. She has started exploring her own hobbies and interests after years of hiding them, and now she wants to express them through her poetry. The title of her poetry is Fragmented. Welcome, Tapasya. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Vani, for the lovely introduction. Thank you, Asian Women Poetry Festival and Sanrakshan for giving me this opportunity and share the poetic spaces. Good afternoon, everyone. My poem titled Fragmented is dedicated to all those women who are expected to live as per the standards laid down by her own people or by the society and not really recognizing her own choices and not accepting her the way she is. Here I begin. Whenever I see those sad eyes, I see a story in each one of them, resembling some I see in my daily life, which often gets lost or untold due to the chaos and outside. I wonder sometimes, what is she holding on to? What is she hiding inside? Is she gravitating towards permanent shadows of fear, self doubt, loneliness, and rejection? You may not see her wounds and the scars on her soul, for she always conceals them with her brightest smile. But I cannot be owned, she screams inside. Once she steps out into the world, society has laid some rules for her to abide by. Sometimes she is considered too bold, sometimes too naive. For some, she is a working woman, for some, she is a housewife. The moment you see her as your competition, together you all sting her like bees, ripping her confidence apart, deceiving her every time she trusts like a wolf in sheep's clothing, because you fear that she will survive and thrive. You ask her, what do you do the whole day? Making her feel guilty for giving her a moment to rest. Your hurtful words, like arrows, pierce her soul, making her feel that she doesn't deserve a moment of peace. Her efforts go unnoticed, her spirit is crushed. Your preconceived notions about how she should be nails her at the altar of sacrifice, telling her you're born to nurture and provide, not letting her be in her own element and decide. Stop saying we are equal. There's a profound difference. We are different flowers growing from the same soil, wishing to swap places sometimes. Your circumstances can be different from mine. I am my own influencer, sowing seeds for a life fulfilled, savoring moments and spicing up life. I am my own painter, adding colors to my life, a mountaineer, climbing and reaching the summit. On this path, I chose to travel. I'm still struggling. I'm still persevering. Life is not a race, and it's not always about winning. Do not dampen my spirit. I am also significant. I am also worthy of it. I'm here to coexist. I have my own story. You have yours too. Thank you.
Thank you, Tapasya, for that wonderful poem. I remember these lines. You see her as competition. You ask her, what do you do all day? Are you referring to fellow women? And do you think that there is a need to rise above all these differences?
Yes, Vani. I personally, when I observe, I do see not just men, it's sometimes even women, they take you as your own competition. So it's high time we should stand for each other and go ahead in life.
Thank you. That was very wonderful. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Tapasya. So, our next poet is Vanessa Jacqueline Dcruz. Vanessa is a poet, motivational writer, freelance event organizer, and LGBT advocate. Her poem is titled Pain of an Angel, and it is an ode to Maya Angelou. Welcome, Vanessa.
Thank you, Vani, for this awesome introduction. I would like to thank Poetry Festival Singapore and Sanrakshan for inviting me to recite my poems. This poem is dedicated to the ladies in Singapore and India who have been supporting my poetry writing journey. It also goes out to the transgenders around the world who are suffering in pain and are looking for support. My poem is about the transgenders who are feeling pain every day and looking for the support that they want to. But at the same time, they have also have to look after themselves to gain the strength that they want to become who they want to be. So with no further ado, allow me to recite my poem entitled The Pain of an Angel. The moon shines its reflection on my heart. It shines its own beauty on me. I look upon it with teary eyes. It blinds me. It blinds me. I'm stuck in eternity. Peaceful heart I should have, but it is trapped. Freedom is only a dream. A crying caged heart. A crying bird who is caged up. Like a caged heart. Like a caged bird who wants to sing for its freedom. The pain only felt by the heart. The screams only heard by the heart. Why? Why? I feel my trapped heart cry. The heart sees an angel. It cries and sings to it. like a caged bird does, but does it hear your cries? But does it hear your song? From the heavens it came to be a guardian. Your angel does feel your pain, knows your presence to protect you from danger. Evil eyes look upon your angel, but eyes stare back with anger. A staring game happens. Only one result happens. You know the results as you feel safe. Your angel that takes your pain, the pain of an angel is your pain too. When a newborn cries, you comfort them. When you cry, your angel comforts you. Strong is your angel, so are you. The strength of an angel gives you is the strength that you will use to ease the pain of your angel. As time passes, you may find yourself looking harder to be you. You may be difficult to console, but your angel will observe that pain to give you the solace that you need. Sometimes you say that the pain that you are used to is the same as your angel's pain. You can't conceal what it is and know what is real. You can fake it, as you call it. You pay the price of your pain, but your angel pays the same price. For your angel sees it and absorbs it. All the running away may make you confused, but yet your angel absorbs your pain, as the pain that you are used to is the pain of an angel. Thank you.
Wow, Vanessa, your poem is so emotional. Often we forget that there is a community of angels around us, human or ethereal. Would you like to share more about the space you came from while creating this poem?
Well, Vani, when I was creating this poem, I was actually thinking about how to create the poem, and I got to admit that it took me some time to write this poem because I didn't find the exact direction that I wanted to go. Then one day I just told myself that, hey, just use my pain to write this poem. And that's what I did. I went to a place that I like. I just thought about my life, I thought about my pain, and just wrote it out. That's how I formed the pain of an angel.
Thank you, Vanessa, for honoring us and this space with your personal experience.
Thank you.
So, the next poet is Jyoti Tiwari. Jyoti is born and brought up in Mumbai, India, and holds a postgraduate diploma in management. She is a corporate trainer by profession, and currently she dedicates her time raising her children. Poetry writing is her hobby. She has been writing poems since childhood in her school and college magazines. Writing poem has helped her to express herself and release stress. The title of today's poem from Jyoti is Shades. Welcome, Jyoti.
Thank you, Vani. Thank you, Poetry Festival and Sanrakshan, for giving me this opportunity of sharing my space with so many wonderful poets here. My poem reflects the state of mind of all those beautiful creation of God and how the society treat them based on their skin color. I believe that each individual should love themselves enough instead of expecting it from others. Shades. From the second that you are born, you are named, you are defined, you are shaded. Dusky, cocoa, coffee, inky, coal, and endless it goes. Without a chance to stop and think, is it right to elucidate a human being? Hold there. You don't know me. You are not my mirror. I don't trust a mirror, for it always lies, showing only your skin. Yes, your shade is like a dark night, where you see the stars gazing bright. Let the world know coal is worth as much as gold. Your shade should not bother you, because one day it will all end in smoke. Your shade is an essence of art, first of mighty colors to be used as paint. Your shade does not decide your heart. Your shade doesn't determine who you are from within. Your shade is your power. Make it your desire. Don't let it dictate your worth. Set yourself free from the factitious identity. It's time to reconsider your real beauty. Your shade is not a badge of shame. Parade it with pride. No need to lighten it up if sometime it burns too intensely. Don't glisten enormously to compete with anyone's made up blaze. Your shade has always been what it is, not too bright, not too light, not too subtle, and just one of its kind. Brush off all the disgraceful remarks. Speak out loud, unabashedly. Declare it here and right now. I am beautiful. My shade is my beauty. My beauty is my shade. Thank you.
Jyoti, your poem has touched a very strong stereotype and taboo of our community, shade of skin. Tell us, why did you choose to write about shade of skin?
It's because I have seen this happening around my family itself. And I have seen when we actually discriminate the love given by the skin color, and how does it actually hampers the person whom you are describing with that skin color. So I have seen the facial expression of the person. I've seen how does it hit to their heart, and later how does it make differences in their relationship. And that's why I came up with this poem, so that people stop judging anyone because of their shades.
Much needed. Thank you very much, Jyoti, for that powerful poem.
You're welcome, Vani. Thank you.
The next poem from Sanrakshan is Slyvia Kin. Slyvia is a teacher in Indonesia and Malaysia. Now she works as a librarian in primary school. She loves cooking, reading, writing, and music. She has been writing poems since she was in secondary school. To express her feelings, sometimes she transforms her poem into songs. She has also set up a band which is known as Musically Poetry with her son, where they combine poem, songs, and music. Some of her poems are contracted to be put in an anthology in Translating Migrant and Cordite Poetry Review. Slyvia is here to give a powerful musical and poetic conclusion to our Asian women poetry reading. It is a tribute to all the women. And the title of her work today is The Women. Welcome, Slyvia.
The poem is about the woman, the survivor who provide love and care for her family during COVID-19 pandemic in Singapore. Strong in your weakness, courage in your tenderness, your breath is always miss. Your presence is to witness. Angry in your patience, you cry in silence. Your laughter is lively. Your smile soothes a broken heart. You are all the woman, the lineage. If even if you are humiliated, God still glorifying you. Be strong, woman, the savior of your family. Even if you are not perfect, God keep glorifying you. Tegar dalam lembutmu, kuat dalam lemahmu, nafasmu dirindukan, senyummu menyaksikan, marah dalam sabarmu, tangis dalam diammu, tawamu meriahkan, senyummu menyejukkan. Kau adalah wanita penyambung keturunan, walaupun kau dihina, Tuhan tetap muliakan. Marah dalam sabarmu, tangis dalam diammu, tawamu meriahkan, senyummu menyejukkan. Tegarlah wanita penyambung keturunan, walaupun kau dihina, Tuhan tetap muliakan, Tuhan tetap muliakan. Okay.
Terima kasih. This was such a beautiful tribute to women. I just have one question from you.
Okay.
What comes to your head first, lines or melodies? And I just want to ask, what inspires you to create these beautiful melodies?
Yeah, for this poem itself, poem comes first, and then I find the melodies and try to adjust in between. So it's such like a live take and give between words and melody. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Slyvia. That was a beautiful tribute to the afternoon.
Thank you so much, Vani.
And with this, we have come to the end of our reading. What a beautiful afternoon it was. I believe that often, when the caged birds have sung their song, it has resulted in evolved and resilient community. More power to all the women poets from IWA and Sanrakshan. I would like to take this moment to also thank Professor Thambu, Kinokoniya Bookstore, and Lazal. Special thanks to Eric Wales for providing us this nurturing space to co-create. Have a lovely afternoon, everybody.